Jodie here, brought to you from home today because it's absolutely tipping it down outside, so apart from a quick run to nursery and back, I am staying indoors. So today's video is all about the development cycle, and if you're in Edtech but you've previously worked in any other kind of software development, app development, mobile game development, you might have got used to just kind of releasing whenever you want when you got a new dev. You've worked on it for ages, it might have taken you months, might have been 2 years in the planning and then the development and the testing and everything. So of course you're really excited to release it as soon as it's ready. But let me tell you about how that works in school. So usually falls to the ICT coordinator, but it could be any subject lead who's leading on the project. Whoever your excited teacher is in school, who's using your product, who loves it, who wants to roll it out. Now you've worked on that relationship, you want them to roll it out across their school. So they're now doing it. So they might have had to check with the head teacher about 3 or 4 months in advance in order to get a staff meeting where they can showcase your product. They might have brought you in for training, but either way, often it's a teacher just kind of making a staff meeting, an inset session themselves. So they might have planned an hour and a half worth of teaching it. They might have also, and often for an IT product of any kind, for those who struggle with technology, they will have made step-by-step worksheets, they would have done PDF printables, they might have made videos showing them how to use the software, all to back up this training. And then they're going to spend an hour and a half doing what teachers do and enthusing their class of teachers all about your product and making it really exciting. So that might happen on a Wednesday. And then on the Friday, you release your new bits and you're really excited about them. You just think, what could possibly go wrong? Teachers have been asking for this. This is something teachers want. We know hundreds and thousands of teachers have asked for this. So of course they're going to love it. It's making it more intuitive. It's making it this, that, the other. It's adding something. Whatever it is, you've just messed up completely the months that this teacher's been getting ready to release your product. Because whatever it is, if it's changed any click-throughs in any of the instructions they've already given their teachers, anyone who wants to try it on a Friday night or a Sunday night ready to get to use in their class the next week, which is what you would hope, they're now going, well, this isn't, no, they've done this all wrong. And suddenly you've undermined the teacher that showed the whole school how to use your product. The person you've cultivated that relationship with is now the one on a Sunday night dealing with, and this has been me, I've had a teacher on the phone, 3 others on Facebook Messenger, 5 emails, head teacher texting me because teachers are contacting her saying it doesn't work, whatever I've just spent loads of money on, blah, 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 blah. And all goodwill for that teacher who's now stuck in the middle of that is going. No matter how good that development is, and even if it was something they asked for, they are now struggling with the fact you didn't warn them enough, you didn't give them enough time, and you've released it randomly on a Friday because that suits you. So then what happens, you get a load of phone calls Monday morning. So then your support team thinks that the development that went out is got a problem. So then your development team are suddenly stuck in, this is a problem. Instead of being able to just celebrate what is probably a really good release. Now it might also have issues, which is a whole other ball game, but we're just talking about assuming the dev was a really good one. But now you're stuck in schools complaining because you did it in the middle of the year, or maybe you did it in the middle of when they were using it for writing reports, or you did it in the middle of them using it for some big school project that they had planned. If on a Monday they're getting Ofsted and you change something over the weekend that affects something they're doing or something a class teacher has planned for Monday for during Ofsted, and that goes wrong in an Ofsted lesson, you're potentially putting careers on the line. So it's really important that you don't just release something when it's ready because you think it's good. No matter how much you think it's going to be easier to use, if it isn't exactly the step-by-step instructions that some teachers already created for their teachers, or if you haven't spent weeks and months prepping them that this is going to happen and this is what it's going to look like, and if you haven't already updated all of your help files and videos to reflect that so that they can just go, don't worry, here's the new link, and be all ready for it, or even in their staff meeting that they probably can't get another one for another 4 months out of the schedule. So make sure that they know before the staff meeting this is going to happen, and say, look, there is going to be a change to this, but don't worry, it's going to make it even better, and I'll send you the new links over the weekend, so that the teacher knows, so the teacher's back in the control seat of being the one to roll this out across their school. If you want to understand more about how your development cycle can completely mess up and conflict with the workload challenge, I think this is the first time I've done a plug in one of my videos, so I apologise, but I do a session in businesses about the workload challenge that teachers have to face to help your teams really empathise and understand why a simple little dev can throw something off completely and can actually end up with your product being kicked out the next time it comes up for subscription. So if you want to get in touch about that, then do. But if not, just be really, really careful about how you release devs, when you release devs. Don't think that September is a really good time to release. If you want teachers to start using the new version in September, if it's a big release, try and release it just before the summer holidays. If you've then got bugs to work on in the summer because they've already tested it, even better. But the teachers who want to roll it out in September as part of their training days before school starts will have plenty of time for them to feel confident in it, for them to tell you any bugs before all the teachers get onto it. And then when you do the full release with all the bugs corrected by September, then it goes really, really well. So think really carefully, and of course not every school goes back in September, but you get the gist. So think really carefully about your development cycle. Don't think just because something's good and that some teachers love it, that just to release it all. Maybe there's a way you can say, right, it's released now, anyone who wants it, switch it on school by school, or whatever it might be. If it needs to be a full release, you need to be teasing it for a long time for schools to be ready for that. So yeah, that's my top tip for today. Take care, bye.